Our ancestors taught us that if we worked hard, built up our pensions, and bought a home, that retirement would be a breeze. Our homes would be owned free and clear by retirement, and between our pensions and Social Security, we're set for life. Well, fast forward to 2023. Social Security as we know it is at risk. Real housing crisis has just begun and the public is not even aware. As rates have increased and some buyers have pulled away from purchasing real estate, Wall Street has started to scoop up all inventory. According to MetLife Investment Management, by 2030, Wall Street is projected to own 40% of all real estate. That means you only have an opportunity to buy 60% of the remaining inventory, and that's going to be at an inflated price. So for those of you who are waiting for the next market crash, Wall Street is waiting for it too. They will outbid you. They can pay cash, and they can make their closings happen very, very quickly without any hurdles. If you've considered purchasing real estate, whether now or in the future, I highly encourage you to do a little bit of research, because what I am telling you is not being talked about enough. Between 2020 and 2023, rental prices soared 43% year over year. Now, this is just the beginning. Remember, inflation has already occurred. All we're doing now is trying to combat future inflation. So as rental prices continue to increase and corporate housing becomes the norm, the average buyer is going to be squeezed out of purchasing a home for themselves. Are you aware that some builders are currently building homes specifically to rent and not sell, as we have a massive shortage in inventory? This is only going to push rental prices up higher. Rental prices that you cannot control, that you cannot make improvements on, that all you can do is submit a claim for repairs and hope that they come to your rescue. So if housing seems unaffordable to you today, and it may because of interest rates, think about the future. As interest rates decrease and more buyers enter the market, including institutional investors, that's going to create more competition, more price wars, just as we had during the COVID market. This is a challenge for everyone, and keeping pace with these prices will continue to be a challenge, especially if institutional investors own a large part of the housing that's out there. It's oftentimes been said that the best hedge against inflation is real estate. Real estate's a tangible asset that you can see, feel, touch, hold, and sell at a gain in the future. Inflation will always occur, and over time, property values will increase despite any short-term ups and downs. In the stock market, the value of a stock can diminish to zero, sometimes with little or no knowledge. Think about Enron. Think about the reason Martha Stewart went to jail. There's lots of manipulation on Wall Street, but why not own a piece of a tangible asset that only you can control? Think about that. Smart consumers will understand this statement, and maybe this will be taken off of YouTube. But this is the most real that I can be with you, and why you should invest in your future. Other hedge funds, such as Open Door and OfferPad, that offer you a very quick closing with no showings, sounds great in theory. Why not? But where are those profits going? Who are they pricing out of the market? So you got to imagine, if they buy a house at $300,000 and inflate prices in a neighborhood to $400,000 when they sell the property, now that $300,000 neighborhood becomes a $400,000 neighborhood. That single mom or single dad with kids can now no longer afford to live there because a corporation is taking those profits. Why not the consumer themselves, who have built that equity over time, really maximize their value and sell for a fair price? We need to do better. There should be controls on hedge funds buying properties while there's a massive shortage out there. Sometimes we have multiple generations living in one household to make ends meet. Inflation has priced everything out of control. Whether it's gas, food, shelter, it doesn't matter. Prices are high and wages cannot keep up. Now, more important than ever, before things get worse, it's important to invest in your future, and more importantly, your kids' futures. If you would like information on how to acquire a home with the least amount of money out of pocket, leave a comment, send us a message. We'll be happy to help. There are lots of programs out there. There are opportunity zones, zero down programs. You've got USDA, FHA. There's so many programs out there. Even if you find a distressed home and you want to rehab that home while you purchase it, that's an option as well. These are things that people don't tell you, but it's important to know your options and invest in your future. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.